reflect the views of Boom Broadcasting. We give full creative control to our creators and do not believe in cancel culture. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday night. This is the Nightcap. We got a lot to talk about. Viewer discretion is advised because I'm feeling frisky.
Live from the MOWM studio, Boom Broadcasting presents The Nightcap. And your host of The Nightcap, mouthing off with Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final weekly wrestling TV Nightcap. We're talking a little Friday night Smackdown right here on Boom Broadcasting, hosted by yours truly, mouthing off with Mike. Yes, indeed. It's me. It's Mike. And ladies and gentlemen, he is finally out of the dark ages. He is back in the 21st century. He has power, running water, and internet connection. It's the Perez Michael Davis. And ladies and gentlemen, he's not in 8-bit form. I'm a liar. I gotcha. But I've got Rick 8-bit in the house. Fellas, how the hell are you?
Feeling good.
Feeling good. Prez?
I'd feel a lot better if Rick 8-bit wasn't wearing a CM Punk shirt, but you know, he can cry tomorrow.
I was going to say you can cry about that one later, Mike, because I did drop a little prediction video, and so did Rick 8-bit for Bad Blood. And I think you got to look in my eyes, Mike, because I'm telling you, CM Punk's winning tomorrow. And I'll put a little gentleman's bet on that with you.
No shot.
You hear him, Rick?
No shot.
Hey, I'm a witness, so you guys gotta be careful here.
That's it. He's just a witness. He said, I'm witnessing it. I don't ask questions. He's got the Punk shirt on. So, I think we're on the same wavelength, huh, Rick? You giving the win to Punk? Yeah.
Yep. I busted out the game before it.
You did?
Yeah, you didn't see? The Game Boy style, the previous predictions.
I have been deep in the trenches today. I did see you dropped it, but I haven't had a chance to watch him. So I'm a fake friend. I'm sorry.
No worries.
I've been
no lie. I would love to actually try making that one of these days. So you never know. Now,
listen, folks, he's cooking some stuff up right now. He's doing a little bit of Best of the Undertaker series, Rick. So tell people a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so right now on Insta, on Twitter, and my Facebook, there's 8 Undertaker gimmick matches like Last Ride, Buried Alive, Hell in the Cell. And this month of October, we're going to narrow it down every Thursday and see what's the best Undertaker gimmick. It's a perfect month for it with being October, so why not?
Why not? It's spooky season, ladies and gentlemen. I might have to start putting a little skeletons hanging in the background here, much like Mike's got. Hi, Mike. Are you with us tonight? Hey, buddy.
I'm with you.
Come back to the show with us.
I think he's doing tests.
I think he's taking a test here or something. Logan's in the house. He said the Motor City Machine Guns on SmackDown. Logan, I'm going to have to ask you just to hold that thought for just a few moments. As well, he said, hello, Logan. Welcome back. We got to get you a frequent flyer card. I appreciate you hanging out with us almost every day this week on the Nightcap. So let's go, man. You're on VIP status. If I had like badges or anything that they got, I'd give you a nice VIP badge for hanging out with us on the Nightcap. Fellas, we got a lot to talk about with SmackDown. We got Bad Blood tomorrow. So before we kind of get into the whole each match individually, let's start with Rick, since he's returning here, making his another triumphant return back to the Nightcap. Rick, overall thoughts on SmackDown tonight?
I thought it was great. A good opening. The tag match at the end was great. My only issue was they should have done a little more picture-in-picture because they kept on throwing in commercials right when things were getting hot. So I understand it's a ladder match. They need to catch their breath and, plan their spots. But, for those at home, do picture in picture, and it probably just would have been a 9 instead of an 8.
Okay, I like it. Valid. Good. Great insight. Because like at the end of the day, yeah, you're right. There was way too many commercials in that ladder match, especially when that's your main event. Prez, what's up?
What's up? I would give it. I mean, I think it was a solid go home show. I mean, it's been 5 years since we've had a ladder match on SmackDown. We had an AJ Styles return and potentially seeing the last of AJ Styles for a while. I would still give it like a 6.5, 7 in that range. Not the best go home show. I feel like they could have promoted a little bit more for tomorrow, but yeah, I'll go 6.5, 7.
All right, I like it. I'm right. I'm closer with Rick on his score. Could have been a little bit higher. I'm gonna go with like because I'm knocking points down. I'm not gonna knock points for the commercials, which I do respect the hell out of that though. I'm gonna knock points because I did not see physically in the building tonight on the go home show before the massive premium live event Bad Blood. I didn't see Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns on my television screen, so I'm down a couple points. I'm gonna give it 7.8 tonight. Thought it was a great show. Logan said it was better than NXT. Yeah, it was definitely better than NXT. NXT had a tough week this week, but they did peak with your girl Julia though, Logan. Ratings are sky high for Julia and Roxanne Perez, but I'm not a ratings guy. Derek, welcome back, brother. It is so good to see that you're safe and sound from the hurricane. Glad to see you got power back on social media. Happy Friday. Thank you for joining us here tonight on the Nightcap. Well, fellas, I've done enough talking. The Prez has done enough of not paying attention. And Rick Bit is chomping at the bit to talk SmackDown. So let's start it off here, ladies and gentlemen, with AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, or I should say the phenomenal forearm AJ Styles, as country music Hardy said. I lost. You lost me on that one. Carmelo Hayes, thanks to LA Knight kind of making this match and saying, hey, if you win, you got a shot at my title. Rick, what'd you think about this?
I thought it was great. It was a little bit of a swerve from everything going on with Hayes and Andrade. I think it was good. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what they're doing with that angle. I mean, we already got fooled out, but with the Mark Henry wannabe retirement speech. So now you're throwing this out, and it's like, it's like, all right, is this legit? Is this fake? Like he came back as a face, but then all of a sudden had an ankle injury. It doesn't make sense. He's a phenomenal wrestler, no pun intended, but the fact that they're throwing those angles there, it's hard to figure out what's going on with it, to be honest with you.
It's Rick like 8 puns.
Oh my God, this guy.
They woke him up.
They woke him up, dude. Yeah, I was, I don't know if brother, I don't know if I'm working myself into a work or working myself into a shoot here, because I don't know if AJ Styles actually hurt or not, because he's that damn good. He's literally like you said, I don't know if they're playing the AJ Styles is washed. Old man Styles can't go in the ring anymore. Prez is shaking his head. So what do you got here, Prez?
Dude, I totally think this is a work, because this gives Carmelo Hayes the opportunity to challenge LA Knight for the U.S. title without Melo getting a loss on his record before he challenges for the title. In addition, you couldn't have AJ losing his return match in Nashville. That would not have worked. So all of a sudden, you have an opening banger between AJ Styles, Carmelo Hayes. You get, written your way out of having either of these guys eat a pin, and you get a U.S. title match set up. I thought it was a work, especially like they don't show that much attention to an injury if it's not a work. Because we saw like the doctor tending to him during the break. We saw the doctor tend to him in the backstage area, and Corey had already said, oh, this is, a few moments ago, he's already at the hospital getting that was hilarious. A pretty quick turnaround.
Did he say hospital or local medical facility?
Whatever. I think it's a hospital.
Whatever.
Did he say hospital?
I think it's a hospital.
Oh shit. Okay. Maybe it is a new era in WWE. Looking like a mark. There he is. And it's actually very funny here that the technically the four of us are together. Mark, we want you on the Nightcap. I've been requesting it for a while. I wanted the four of us on a Nightcap at some point. I mean, if you want to, hop in, I could shoot you a little link. You know what I'm saying? We could get a little preview of what I found out from the host of 3 Count Trivia this week of our first round matchup for 3 Count Trivia. Mike, we're going up against Booking Like a Mark and Eric.
Remind me when that is.
That you son of a. That's Sunday, possibly, potentially.
What time?
We haven't hammered out the details. We're working on everybody's schedules, Mike.
Okay.
Now you're pulling back the curtain a little bit too much. All right. He said, "You guys, you keep these guys busy talking about SmackDown while I study for 3 Count Trivia." Next topic: participants in all of TNA's King of the Mountain matches. Oh my god. There it is. That's why he won't show up, because he's studying. I gotta hit the books, man. I'm gonna be doing a little bit of a little callback to my classic college days where I cram before the big exam the next day. And usually I failed. So
no lie. We went to trivia one night, and I'm very good with music. And legit, like, he was naming everything. When it comes to music, he literally looks at me. Here's the paper. Fill it out. We end up going up to first place because I know my theme song. So if there's theme songs, I'd be worried for you guys. If not, I think it's fair.
Well, yeah, Nitram said on the old Nightcap the other night, he said there's going to be a mix of everything. Every company's involved. New Japan, everything is involved. WWE, Ring of Honor, NXT, AEW, all of it, all of the above. I think he's bringing back monotone. I think he's going to be doing a little monotone theme song singing. So, Rick, you might be in your wheelhouse.
Might be good.
You might smoke us.
They don't want none.
They don't want none. See, look, now I have the Prez's undivided attention.
Really want none.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I'll stop.
You see what I go through, ladies and gentlemen? Not only did he tell me, the Prez here of Boom Broadcasting, I'm speaking to you from the heart now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking at you. I'm staring deep into your souls. Not only did the Prez tell me that I can't take a vacation until the next presidency term ends, so we're talking 2028. He also now just continues to, be a silly goose here tonight on the Nightcap. See what I go through, guys? You see what I deal with? You don't even know the half of it. He won't even give me a pyro budget. He won't even give me any budget. Listen, good teaser of what I thought was going to be a hell of a match tonight, fellas. And then they're playing up this AJ Styles angle. I agree with Mike. I think it's a work. I think they're playing. It was
weird too, because they came back from commercial, and all of a sudden now it's like, oh, he's hurt. It was so weird. Like I said, the commercials tonight, that was another thing. He come back from commercial, and now they're checking up on him. It's like, be a little more transparent for us,
Yeah, it was very like, I couldn't tell though, and that's the thing about this Triple H era, man. It's like, you can't tell. He actually could be legit. And Triple H said, screw it, run this story. Let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a work, though. I think it was weird the way they came back. Like you said, from commercial, he's in the doctors. They're looking at his ankle. His ankle didn't look too bad. Maybe it looked a little swollen, but like, then again, my eyes could be deceiving me. I don't got the great eyes, I got contacts. Let's see where this goes. I'm intrigued, fellas. But I'm also intrigued about is that mysterious vignette we got here tonight of a speeding car, with some possible hints at maybe who they could be and who, fellas, who do you think is coming soon, speeding in a muscle car? Let's go to the Prez for this one. He's got the rock eyebrow going on. Who is it, Mike?
I don't know what you're saying right now, because I don't think it's a who. I think it's a what. Did you see the flash on the screen right before coming soon? It was a fist. Give me
SmackDown's getting fisted.
A fist.
SmackDown's getting fisted again. Yes. No, it's definitely not. It's not getting fisted. Don't pause. Timeout. Rewind. Flag on the play. 10-yard penalty, unnecessary
Fisting.
horniness. Yeah, unnecessary fisting. There you go, bud. He's frozen. He's froze like Medusa, like a Medusa statue.
Is this like one of those Skype meetings during COVID where everyone acts like they're frozen to get out of work?
Sorry, but
hey, let it go. Let it go, okay? I want either surprises or I want fists. No flips, just fists.
Oh God, I knew that was coming. All right, Rick. Well, let's go to someone who's a little bit more level-headed. Who's coming soon to SmackDown? Question mark.
That's the part that gets me, because I read not much or well, but I heard they're going to the brand on the CW, so it kind of makes you wonder what's going on. But it's Nashville. Nashville is known for doing racing. It makes sense to drop it there and tease it.
I think so, fellas. I think we're gonna have ourselves a little trip to the Motor City coming soon. I think it's the Motor City Machine Guns, and like you said, Rick, I've been seeing a lot of speculation about them going to NXT, but maybe the whole Lucha Brothers contract debacle said, you know what? Let's bring them to SmackDown. That tag division needs some help. The Prez don't give you a pyro budget. What's up with that? What is up with that, Prez? I better have sparklers express mailed to me for tomorrow's Bad Blood so I can put them up and let the fire alarms go off in my house, and the fire department comes here and arrests me for accidentally causing a fire.
I'm sure your Funko Pops wouldn't appreciate that.
You said sparklers, now I could think of Gilbert.
He's our Gilbert. He's Boom's Gilbert.
If anything, dude, I am the anchor. I'm holding it down nightly on the Nightcap.
You're Mike Berg.
Yeah,
Gil Mike. Gil Mike.
He thinks that's good, but it's really not, though.
Mike Berg was a little better.
Yeah, Mike Berg was a little bit better.
But then that could also be like Goldberg, and we don't want. Well, actually, no, never mind. We're live.
Derek, we're probably not getting the fist back. Mike tried to make some jokes here, but I like it. I wish they would bring the fist back though. That was iconic. Even give me. I think Chano was talking a little bit about give me back the exclamation point on SmackDown. I'd be cool with that. This logo, this minimalism logo I'm still not sold on it, fellas, but I do like the presentation.
Hey, it looks a little better when you tweet, hashtag SmackDown, instead of just seeing, what is that? Hey, that actually looks like an S. Congratulations.
Yeah. No, that is true. The little icon next to the hashtag. All right, fellas. We'll speculate about the Motor City Machine Guns maybe a little bit at another time, but I think it's time we talk about a dumpster match here with Mishin against Chelsea Green. Excuse me. I'm still a little rusty. Excuse me. Chelsea Green. This was incredible, fellas. This is my favorite match of the night. Let's go to Rick here for his thoughts.
You said that, and all I could think of is a cat screaming in the dumpster. It's not to say iconic or ironic, but you have green. Everybody wants to go green, yet getting tossed into a dumpster. Let's start off with that.
Would you rather it be a recycle bin?
And it's not as dirty.
For Daniel Bryan, he would have. I don't know how to say this politely, but with Piper coming out, like, what was that?
What was she wearing?
She was wearing a sanitation suit, dude. That's the.
It looked like the Michelin Man stole a cowboy hat.
Oh my god!
She took a nasty bump. That finish was great. One part that bugged me was, how the AEW, when they had it looked like cardboard, they kept on, the camera angle wasn't tight enough, so you saw a crash pad in there.
Oh yeah,
That's the one part that bugged me, because you want to sell how brutal it is and everything, but you do an angle where you see literally 3 inches of cushion. That could have just been a little tighter. It would have been great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did line it too on the backside. I don't know if it was cushion or if they just took like black, cloth to like cover the inside, to kind of blend it together. But I mean, like, do you really want to take a bump? You know what I mean? Without the old crash pad there.
Oh yeah, you could hide that though a lot better though.
True. They could have spray painted it green or something.
Yeah, little sloppy.
Little sloppy. That finish though, Mike. That was intense.
Yeah, I like the power bomb spot, but yeah, I feel like the camera angles really took away from the match with the crash pad, and then let's hop up on this cinder block that was magically placed there, and let's power bomb Chelsea Green through the dumpster, through the table. But I will say, a table through a dumpster kind of spot, I actually like that part. And it's about time Mia Yim actually had a big dub on SmackDown. Like, I feel like she's always the person getting fed to the rest of the roster, and I was so happy for her to win.
I also give it up to Chelsea Green for taking that bump. She took the bump at the Money in the Bank. Like, she's really taken her bumps, no pun intended, this year. They'll never actually put a full title on her, like a main one, but she deserves it for everything she's done this year.
Speaking of titles, oh, there we go. That magically appeared. That's what I was actually going to go segue into. This would have been incredible booking like a Mark. Mark, if they would have did this, dude, I would have lost my absolute mind, because that is such a great way to just give Chelsea a title. No, I love this. I love it, man. I also loved your Batman series, dude. That was incredible. Make sure you go check out Rick 8-Bit and Booking Like a Mark. And make sure when the round one drops of 3-count trivia on 4 sides of the ring, you go check out this absolute heavyweight brawl when it comes to trivia, because I'm not going down without a fight, fellas. You may be fact checking me in the comments nightly, but I'm not going down without a fight. I will be cramming. That's a effing awesome idea, Dami Fed said to Mark. So I agree, Dami. That would have been so slick. I would have even loved it if she came out all dirty and like for like half a second she was upset and then just like looked down and like smiled and then like picked it up. It would have been 10 out of 10 for me. But I enjoyed this match, even with the the sloppy crash pad placement and the camera angles. I thought it was very slick how Chelsea comes up and she's just covered in just dumpster materials. Then her walking through backstage and everyone being like, "Oh, you stink!" Like, "Oh, God." Like Grayson Waller was the one that took me out, and he was like, "Oh, my cake stinks." Grayson's like, "No, it doesn't. Chelsea Green stinks." He had me. And then Aldis with his puns. Come on, pure entertainment tonight, fellas. This is my favorite. This is my favorite of the night tonight. I don't care. Derek said that'd be a good one, or maybe the old school women's championship that Medusa threw in the garbage. That would have also been awesome. Funny. That would have been awesome. Hell, she would have pulled out the Divas butterfly belt. I would have any of those three. I would have marked out. Pun intended there. Women tonight, fellas. I had a whole episode about women running the world, man. This SmackDown was so good for the women tonight. It made all of the women's storylines feel super important. Bailey and Nia had a face-off before Bad Blood. I love this. Let's go to Mike. Talk to the people.
Yeah, I thought you should have had more of this throughout the show. Like, where was the Cody and the Roman and the Solo buildup? I would have loved to have seen something there. But Bailey and Nia, if you look at all the matches on tomorrow's card, and this is no slight to Bailey and Nia, this is probably like the least exciting match just because of how intense all the other matches are. There's a couple nitpick ideas I had from this. One, Bailey saying that Nia's run as champion's better than Molly Holly, Victoria, Trish, Lita, Beth. Come on. Like, let's be real. Like, come on. Like, Nia isn't there yet. Nia's had the belt 2 months. Nia's had the belt 2 months. The other one wasn't on Bailey or Nia. It was on Tiffany. My bad. Didn't mean to call her by her real name in the ring. Sorry.
Now, hear me out. I interpreted it as that as Tiffany got rattled by Bailey and didn't and just literally didn't know, like, just how to respond. She was so rattled that she literally went to the government name. I thought it was like a purpose thing, but I guess maybe maybe it was just a little slip of the lip. Rick, what did you think about that?
You know, I saw it quickly and I was like, you know what? Either they're really trying to build this storyline or she really just got knocked off on her lines.
Yeah.
I think it was knocked off because it was like there wasn't a personal element added to this. Like when Triple H and Batista would say Dave and Paul, like, okay, there's a personal element to it. CM Punk with Feel, there's a personal element. It just looked like because she like course corrected and Bailey didn't even acknowledge, oh, you just said my real name. Now it's personal.
Okay. All right. Dami Fed said, you know, that's how he took it. She was rattled. I think it was a little bit of the rattled situation. But I love this, fellas. Now, I said Tiffany in my predictions. I'll spoil my predictions. You should still go watch it. It's a quick video. It's 15 minutes. You know, that's
listen
enough
on
time.
Spotify.
Right. Listen on Spotify. Go check out Rick on YouTube Shorts. Let's do it. Do it up, folks. Come on. I think Tiffany Cash is in, fellas. I think it's time. I said the fall, and the fall is here. Fall happened a couple weeks ago. It's officially fall. We're in spooky season now. Tiffany's
spooky season?
What? Yes, spooky season. It's spooky season.
There's no spooky series back.
No. That has been canceled by the network, unfortunately. And by the network,
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Now I'm curious what this series is.
So early in my YouTube podcast career,
last year,
last year. I've been only doing this for a year, literally officially a year on YouTube, like a couple of weeks ago on the 23rd of September.
Nice.
I started because I love Halloween. I do love Halloween, just like you, Rick. I started the spooky season series because, you know, spooky season. I kind of highlighted all the spooky wrestlers and WWE and across the company. So I did a little episode on Jake the Snake. I did one on Undertaker, Kane, Paul Bearer, you know, Karrion Kross, Decay, the House of Black, you know, and it was poorly executed. So maybe we'll redo it one day down the line, folks. You know, maybe if you want to see just really cringe mouthing off with Mike early content, go check it out. I have no shame in my game. We all start from somewhere.
That's how you learn.
Exactly. You learn by swimming with the sharks, baby.
Yep.
That's it. In chummy water. Well, this kind of went all over the place. Bailey ends up beating up Nia. Tiffany picks up the briefcase, looks at her, gives her the look that she gave her last week too, after she got choked. I don't know. A lot of people on Twitter were like, "Oh, I wish it was me getting choked by Nia like that." Hey, yo, 10-yard penalty. Repeat. First down. Listen, Mike's like, maybe I was one of those people. I don't know.
Just scratching my beard, guys.
Yeah, I saw you. I saw you with that hand placement. Bunk. This transitioned into Naomi and Tiffany, which was another fantastic women's match tonight on Smackdown. Let's go to Mike for his thoughts on this one.
Dude, just pretty much confirmed, like, aside from obviously the Pam slip, Tiffany's ready. Like, this match was great. Like you said about the women earlier, like, this is the first SmackDown or even Raw I can remember where it seemed like 50-50, if not even more so with the women than in the past. Like, this was icing on the cake right here. I absolutely loved it. Interesting to see Naomi get the win over Tiffany, and maybe this puts her in line if Bailey can beat Nia tomorrow. It's weird. There's a lot of different directions or ways they could go about it, including that cash in you mentioned. But dude, this match was good, but a very weird ending. Like, there was no like, it just felt like a weird, just a crucifix pin. Tiffany had just like went limp. She wasn't like fighting to get out of it. It was just, it looked weird.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Rick, what do you got?
That was like the Tonight Show where was it Jimmy Kimmel? We apologize, we ran out of time. That's what that ending to me felt like. What to me the weird part was it wasn't that, it was more of when they announced that Naomi's now going to be part of the team hosting.
Oh yeah,
Bad Blood. That part. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I see Naomi turning at Bad Blood, and the fact that they now made her host has me scratching my head.
I don't see her turning heel. Like that would be, I don't know, that would be so out of character for her. Especially with the glow and the merchandise and marketing ability. I don't see Naomi turning heel. Honestly, probably for the rest of her career.
Okay, let's talk about it now, fellas. I like this. Let's talk a little something. Rick brings up the valid point that I forgot about from earlier in the show. Naomi was announced by Jade and Bianca that she's going to be the third host with them. You know, they got that friendship going on, which I thought was a very funny segment, by the way, with them kind of like having their little moment, and then Bailey comes over, starts dancing, and Bianca just gives her the bye, girl. Like, just I love that even Bailey is considered a face, and so is Bianca. Bianca still does not like her from the whole damage control stuff. I love that we're still doing that. You know, even if you're a good person now and you did wrong things to people in the past, they're not so forgiving as they used to be, you know, years ago, right? I think that's a great piece of the character depth for a lot of the talent. Mike shaking his head. He's agreeing. Okay, good.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I
was wondering when that change was made, but I'll just hop on Netflix after and, you know, try to figure it out.
Oh my God. So listen, Rick, I do think Naomi's turning. I disagree with Mike. I don't think Naomi will stay a face for her entire career. I think she is turning, and I think you're right. It does happen at Bad Blood. I think they planted the seeds last week, was it? Maybe the week before, with Nia saying, like, look at all your friends. All your friends have had gold. Bailey was the previous champion. Your friends Jade and Bianca are the tag titles. And what about you? What do you have?
Yeah, because look, didn't she wanted to rub the titles? You look at back going into this, it was she and Bailey and her pinned Nia. Then you had her fight Bailey for it's like literally all these spots. You only could be poked so many times before you snap.
Exactly. See, we're on the same wavelength tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I like it. I like when Rick's on the show. I mean, even if he is a distraction tactic from Mark to make sure we're not studying and hitting the books tonight.
Hey, to be fair, if it is Sunday, that's game 2 of my Mets, so I don't know how attention I will be.
Oh, good. All right. We might. I mean, hey, my Yanks are on tomorrow too. Game 1 against Kansas City. You got the Phils. Man, that's a good matchup, I will say. My pops is a Mets fan. So I'm rooting for you guys, at least till you get to the World Series and have to face the Yankees, and then it's Yankees in 5. Until then, you know, let's go Mets, man. I'm rooting for my pops. I'm rooting for you, Rick, and the rest of the Mets fan base. You guys have had one hell of a Cinderella story season this year.
Yeah, that you know, I'm scared to see how many people ended up in the hospital from that.
Oh man,
yeah, the heart attack from it happening, or just ending up drunk in a ditch, you know, from the celebration. So,
Queens go hard, man. Get you a little.
I will say this though, because we were talking about Tiffany. To go into, they did drop seeds also about she doesn't have to go after Nia. Now, I listened to your predictions, and I feel like a way to tweak it, and I think we're on the same page. She's cashing in at Bad Blood, not on Nia. We have a shark cage. What's going to happen? Someone's going to try getting loose. It's going to cause a distraction. Money in the Bank, you can easily sneak in from behind. A ref's there. Here you go. Bing, bang, boom. You walk out with the title.
Oh yeah, Rick. You also see some things that I like. I said that. I believe Brandon from Championship Culture also brought that up on the Nightcap a couple weeks back. I think we're all kind of in line. We think that potentially Tiffany could cash in on the winner of Liv and Rhea. And that's the perfect match. Like you said, that shark cage is a big distraction. All Dom is a big Mustache, mullet, disco ball hanging above the ring.
Are they hanging them above the ring though? Because of Hell in the Cell, or is it on the
Hell
stage?
yeah! I think they're hanging him from the ring. They said suspended above the ring in a shark cage. That is what they said on Raw. So I'm taking it as suspended above the ring in a shark cage. How they do that with the Hell in a Cell? That's a great. You're making points that I didn't even think about. I didn't even think about that. You have a whole ass 36-ton steel structure above your head. I don't know, Mike. What do you think? You're too quiet tonight, dude. You're someone's eepy tonight. He's a little eepy. I gotta tuck him in.
This is what I get for getting on the Nightcap. But
excuse you.
I mean, I was told that you were going to read me a bedtime story on the Nightcap tonight. And I was waiting because I've had trouble falling asleep for the last 4 nights. And I'm like, you know what I need? I need a bedtime story.
Hold that. You want a bedtime? I'll go get one.
Oh, Rick's got you covered, ladies and gentlemen.
I was promised one by Mike.
No, but you're getting it from Rick tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You're getting it from Rick. There once was a man. Listen, I got one for you. Mary had a little lamb, and its wool was white as snow.
Is this the Andrew Dice Clay version? Because I love that one.
Or hear me out. Listen. You heard about you know Einstein's a genius, right, Mike?
Huh?
You know Einstein's a genius, right?
Yeah.
You ever hear about his brother Frank?
No.
He was a monster.
A monster among men?
Oh, he didn't get it. Rick, did you get it? I think you got it.
No, I didn't.
Einstein, Frankenstein. Oh my god.
Hey,
dad joke.
This bedtime story sucks. I'm gonna ask somebody else to tell me a bedtime story.
Listen, I got more jokes for you tonight. I got sick jokes I could bust into right now. I got the what I don't know if I might get fined for this. Guys, chat, if you're watching this, the 84 of you watching this. Oh, actually, I got a comment from Mark. Naomi as host can change the rules of the women's championship match like Rock did. This would be very, very interesting. This would be a cool. Mark's got the thoughts tonight. He's got some good thoughts tonight, and we're
studying, guys. Come on,
studying, dude. We're absolutely royally screwed. Logan said Naomi joining the new bloodline. Hey, listen, I wish Logan. I've been. Oh, there he is. Said his name and he appears. He's the guy, the custom guy, the belt collector. Every belt has a story. The host, one half of the host of Championship Culture, and your current reigning, defending 3-count trivia champions. That's a hell of an introduction.
Three's up.
Anyway, should I tell this joke, folks? It's a very inappropriate joke, and I think the Prez might his ears might catch on fire. But it's a good joke, man. It's a good joke.
I'm for. I love jokes, so
it's a good joke. All right, so what do police hotlines and glory holes have in common?
I don't know, but I want to find out.
They both get anonymous tips.
I'm using that tomorrow at work.
I told you, viewer discretion is advised. If you have been watching the Nightcap for 2 months, you know that I am on some absolute BS on this show.
Great.
Anyway, Mike, now that Mike's poor ears did not hear that, we've got a triple threat tag team title ladder match that had far too many commercials for Rick's appetite. But what does Mike think about it over there? I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna absolutely kill him. I'm gonna kill him. That's it. You've done it now. Let me go ahead and see. Let me go ahead and see what kind of red eye I can get on here tonight.
But no, hey yo, this was great. I thought it was a great way to end the match. People keep complaining, oh, the tag team titles don't matter. Well, put them in the main event with a ladder. And I thought there were some really good callbacks. Interesting to see DIY keep pulling out the shatter machine. Is interesting to me. I honestly thought for a second, I looked over at my dad and I was like, Street Profits might take this one. Like, have the Bloodline lose right before their biggest match. The ladder was way too small.
Why did he's on the top rung?
Dude, I honestly was like, it's Tongaloa. He's going to mess this up. Why didn't they have Tama
You're such a
climb
dick.
up the ladder? Because he's going to find a way to mess this up.
I agree.
Just why he didn't like slip and like fall all the way to the mat. Like I was expecting it just because it's Tongaloa.
If he went to the top before, he could have just pulled the belts down. He didn't have to go unhook it.
That was the botch. He could have just pulled them. Instead, he went the extra rung to unclasp it. Dude, Tommy said he thought the same thing, Mike. He was like, what? He was waiting for the botch, dude. I thought the same. I said, what is he gonna do? I thought he took his sweet ass time up that ladder. There was nobody up. He went.
He probably did that because he probably knew it was too low, and he was waiting for him. Hey, hey, hold this so I could get up there.
Yeah, because Tama was down there holding that thing for dear life. All right. Sidebar here, fellas. Tangaloa with that T bodysuit and Tama with this matching bodysuit without the T. Every time I see them, I think of Team Rocket. The big ass R, the matching. I think of Team Rocket, dude. I literally. And make it double, and we got Solo Sikoa. That's right. Listen, I killed Mike. I killed him. The Pokemon reference was too much. Brandon went a LOL.
Is Jacob for the cat?
No. Solo is Meow.
You say Hapatua?
And I think Jacob, I guess you'd have to be Wobbuffet, but not really. I don't know, dude. Tonga brought it home for the family. He's the greatest. Hugh from Championship Culture.
We love you, Tribal Chief.
Yeah. I love you, Solo. That promo he cut though backstage was fire.
Yeah,
fire ass promo, man. He is the next Tribal Chief. He's in line. He's the third Tribal Chief twice removed from the family at this point.
I got a question for both you gents. Now it's been announced basically what matches start and what match is ending. They're ending with that tag match. Now, what do you see happening? Because why else would you end with that tag match?
It's Solo beating Roman. Like that's.
Can you smell?
No.
What
too early,
the
too early.
Final boss
Too
is
early.
cooking?
Too early.
No, it's a different elder. It's a different elder.
Different elder. What elder? We're getting Rikishi in the thong again?
No, we're not.
No, I mean not in that attire. But come on, it makes sense if it is.
No, it doesn't. Jay's not in the match. Jimmy's not in the match.
His other kid is.
Who says they're not coming back?
Oh shit! Okay, all right.
Think of it.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Can you imagine if they had Rikishi in this corner?
No.
And Elder's coming back. It's not going to be The Rock. You're not going to have The Rock at a B-show pay-per-view.
Here's why.
That is not booked as a B-show pay-per-view. They're pumping that advertising as an A-show pay-per-view. It's the first Bad Blood in what? Two decades?
20 years. 20 years.
Yeah. 20 years. 20 years.
Now, let's be honest. Like, Punk and Drew are opening because they're going to set the tone. Like, that is Bad Blood to a T. Roman and Cody in the night because it's Roman and Cody. Like, there's no other way you could end the match. Like, this is Roman's first match back since WrestleMania. He's teaming with Cody of all people. And this is the first time Solo and Roman are going to wrestle each other. And Solo pins Roman. Like, there's no other way you can end the night.
Who turns on who? Who turns on who?
There's
Roman
nobody
turn
to
on
turn.
Cody or Cody turns on Roman?
Nobody turns.
No,
It's just a
no.
clean win for Solo.
The tension between the two is enough to cause them the match. The constantly looking over your shoulder at Roman, at Cody, at making sure, like, does he really have my back? Is he gonna do it? And I totally feel Cody starts the match, plays the stubborn baby face, doesn't tag Roman in,
Yep.
and he has to do it, and then the crowd goes nuts, and then you get the a turn isn't needed. A turn is not needed. Hugh is right. I still think The Rock's coming, guys. I think it's time. I think it's time. Listen, you start Bad Blood with a Hell in a Cell as an ode to the first Hell in a Cell on Bad Blood. You start with blood because they're going to bleed in that match.
100%.
You end with bloodline. So I've been saying it. I said it this week. I said, look.
Yep. It's documented.
It's documented. It's out there. I said, Bad Blood is an ode to history by Triple H, but it's also a double entendre because the only pay-per-view I think out there, premium live event out there that has the word blood in it is Bad Blood. What is the biggest storyline in WWE right now? The Bloodline. There is going to be a serious development in that Bloodline story tomorrow night. Literally, it's tomorrow night. I think it's a double entendre. I think it is also the blood feud with CM Punk and Drew and the Hell in a Cell ode. But I also think it has to do with the fact that Bad Blood, the Bloodline, big advancement in the storyline. Has to be The Rock. He's going to be in Georgia. It lines up. It lines up. It lines up. Jimmy comes back to help Cody and Roman win. Roman gets the Ula Fala back. Cody is scared because he has inadvertently reformed the Bloodline. Good thought, Brandon.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Pretty good. Mark's prediction, Roman lines up for a spear on Solo. Before he hits the move, Cody grabs Solo for a crossroads. Remember, Roman told Cody he's in his way. Ooh, Mark, you are on absolute fire tonight, dude. I'm going to have to call the fire chief and get somebody out there to put you out.
Just don't call the police department.
No, I'm not. Oh, they might get me for that one. The final boss returns. It's a way to take Cody away from the Bloodline down the line. Cody and Roman has to be delayed. Now, here's me out, fellas. I don't know if you guys are frequenters of the Pat McAfee show. Cody Rhodes was on it this week. And he also alluded that there's going to be a big hint video package at Bad Blood for Crown Jewel, the pay-per-view that we all seem to forget about. I think something crazy is about. I'm telling you, The Rock is coming.
You do bring up a really good point. I don't know where I read this, but didn't they want back in the day either Crown Jewel or King and Queen? Didn't they want The Rock there?
Yep.
It's pretty solid.
They also asked for Yokozuna, Macho Man, Randy Savage,
Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant was another one.
Dude, the only guy I think they haven't asked back is Crispin.
Stop. I can make jokes about anonymous tips, but that is where I draw the line. 100%. No, absolutely not. Scumbag, scum of the earth.
Very.
Very. Listen, I don't even think we talked about this, or we talked about it, but we got so sidetracked, fellas. Well, what else is there? What do you guys want to talk about? We got a couple minutes. I mean, it's early for me still on a Friday night. Obviously, I know you guys are in the East Coast, but is there anything we're missing about this? Did you say tips? I did talk about tips, Brandon. You might have missed the joke. I might have to tell you that one on the side. Absolutely just the tips. I mean, Hugh's a little upset because the NXT titles don't have belt tips, Random, but shout out to Keith. Shout out to kayfabe.
We want kayfabe. Keep kayfabe alive.
Give him food and water. He's a hard-working Keith. I'll tell you that much. He's been working. He's been working 9 to 5. Yes. Listen, tips matter. Tips matter. The only
tip
tips
your
that
local
don't
servers.
Matter. Tip your servers. But if you're putting the fries in the bag and you turn the iPad to me and ask me for a tip, I might just tell you what stock to put it on, because I don't know. Listen, that iPad turnaround game's getting. I'm gonna get. hold on a sec. I don't even have it. I'm about to turn my iPad around so Mike could tip me for all of my hard work on the nightcap. Mike, is that an undisputed belt above you?
Yes. So actually, that
Every
was
belt has a story.
Every belt. This belt particularly has a story. So, I'd love to share it real quick. I got gifted a title, by a person who was just super generous. He sent me a couple pictures of the title, and I was like, "Oh, cool! Like, this is my favorite title." And he's like, "Did you actually look at them?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's my favorite title. Like, where'd you get it?" He's like, "No, look at the nameplate." And I look, and it says "Drop the Mic." And what he didn't know is I had the Mattel version watching my first ever WrestleMania 21, where I was rooting for JBL over John Cena. JBL obviously was unsuccessful that night, but this guy who gifted me this title had absolutely no idea about that. So this is one of the best gifts I've ever received. Shout out Jason. Really appreciate you if you're watching tonight on the Nightcap. You're also East Coast, so you're probably in bed and probably watching it tomorrow morning. But thank you. I love it. I'm glad I can display it.
Man, I don't know. I love that. That's a beautiful story. But my friendship wasn't the biggest gift, the best gift you received.
I mean, you never threw me a festival or anything.
No, that's true. I have. I mean, I could throw you a festival. I could throw you a festival of friendship, and you'd be asking why your name is on the list. But that's a story for another day. See what happens when the Championship Culture Boys are in the building. Oh, absolutely. I love when the Championship Culture Boys are in the building. Make sure you go subscribe to the Wrestling Realm. Go check out Championship Culture on Tuesday. Season 3 is in full gear right now. Make sure you catch the flagship show of Wrestling Realm. And there's your plug. Look at me. I'm just an absolute menace here.
Your plug,
Mark
guys.
says return match should have been at Crown Jewel. Hell in a Cell deserved to main event the Bad Blood card. I said it depends on what main events. If Roman and Cody don't main event, The Rock's not coming back. If they do, The Rock's coming back. I'm standing true. But I agree that's a tough one. It should have main evented. It's a worthwhile story. Logan wants to talk about Julia and Saray, aka Saray, versus Roxanne Perez and Jade in a tag team match in NXT. Logan, I would love to see it, but I feel like the first go run with Saray in WWE, I feel like they did her dirty. During the NXT 2.0 days, she had a short stint, and they gave her like this. They didn't give her a quality run. It just wasn't quality, but it'd be a good one. I'm pretty sure you'd know if she's a free agent or not. So let's keep an eye on it. I see a WWF ECW in the background, Rick.
Yeah, it's a toy one. Don't get too excited.
Hey, they did a whole episode on toy belts, which is right up my alley. I got my toy big gold on the other wall. I got tag team gold here with the NXT titles. Heck of a promo. Thank you, Mike. Of course, fellas.
Listen, my favorite pay-per-view was way back in the day. Remember Night of Champions when they had the title belts hanging from like the pillars?
Yes.
And they couldn't really have the ECW belt, so they had the Cruiserweight title belt, and they made it look like ECW.
Yes. He also wants to know what the belt behind you is on the wall.
Which one? I got ECW, and then that's just an inflatable WWE one, from courtesy of my local Five Below. I'm building up my wall. I also got some UFL stuff in the back. Low key, I've actually made 2 Tecmo Super Bowls. I made an XFL version and a UFL one, so hence I like the video games for the old school stuff. So we might see another one with the upcoming season.
Hence 8-Bit Rick, ladies and gentlemen. He's got some awesome Tecmo videos, man. The ability that he's able to customize these things, you amaze me, dude. Like it is incredible. Just big applaud, man.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Cool, thank you. Yes, sir. Fellas, well, we're at the end of the show here, so let's go ahead and start plugging away. You heard me plug Rick, but you want to hear from the man himself. So, Rick, tell the people what's going on. Tell them about you and Booking Like a Mark's partnership. Tell them about everything.
Yeah, so my tag team partner is Booking Like a Mark. He does all these awesome storylines on podcasts. My favorite recently was where he had Karrion Kross as the Scarecrow. And that was fantastic. I've already pushed him and said, "Hey, listen, can you make something more like that? Because that was just too good." that was honestly one of those you would listen to it and you're like, oh my god, I'm already done. Like, where's the next episode? So that was fantastic. He does the audio stuff. I do the visual stuff. For pay-per-views, we call it booking, like 8-bit combination of our two. We've been doing wrestling predictions, God, way back in the day. There's Pro Wrestling Scorecard. We've been doing, God, I want to say since WrestleMania. We were in college, so it had to be at least 10 years ago. We would do pen and paper and everything. So it's kind of nice now that there's online. We got you guys involved too. So I mean, it's kind of awesome to do. It's more like who ever thought that we would reach this age, and now we're kind of growing in the wrestling community. You know, then I do video games. I also have a Tecmo group that does predictions. I actually do Thursday night games. So if you want an idea of who's going to win Thursday nights, I do Tech Mobile, and we got a really good guy who does these Sunday night games, and absolutely fantastic. He makes it like Chris Berman doing ESPN highlights with Tech Mobile. If you got like 3 minutes, highly recommend it. I'm waiting to see what he does for Cowboys Steelers, to be honest with you. And then, you just got me. I do Tech Mobiles, and might be working on a couple more games in the future. I'll let you guys know when they drop.
Hell yeah. You know what to do. You hit us up. We'll get that out there. Get the eyes on it. You guys deserve a lot of eyes here. For the hard work and just the creative minds that you both have, putting you over big here on the Nightcap. And I mean it from the bottom.
And vote for your Taker gimmick matches. I'm curious to see what it is, because he's had 8 extremely good ones, and I mean, Concrete Crypt, Hell in a Cell, Buried Alive, Biker Chain we didn't include because that was his biker gimmick, but I'm very curious to see what this is, and from so far with Insta and Twitter, a lot of good responses, so I think this is going to be a very interesting tournament.
Hell yeah, dude. So make sure you go over to Rick's socials. You see his socials popping up here. That's his YouTube channel as well. So go subscribe. Go follow Booking Like a Mark as well. And go vote on these polls, man, because I want to know the results too. He's asking some good questions here. I know for me, man, I took the Boneyard match. I like the Boneyard match. I was a big fan of that. And I always got love for that Buried Alive match. Prez, you better go vote too. What's going on, man? What's going on with Boom Broadcast? What's going on with you, man? It's cooking.
Yeah, well, had a few out of pockets this week. Thankfully, just trying to provide an escape for people who are able to watch shows throughout this week. It's been a really tough time here in Western North Carolina, but tomorrow I'll do the Man Behind the Mic, potentially, depending how that goes. My dad actually debuts his show, Starstruck. My dad has his own podcast. We get him the Pod Bug. Davis. He's got the pod bug, so he's been bitten by it, and he'll debut Starstruck, Cowboys podcast. He didn't want me on his show. I mean, it's whatever, but I think I got disowned after the episode earlier today. So Dad and the Boys is out, and then Sean has Wrestling of Destiny tomorrow at 10 a.m. Aaron has the Gridiron Address this Sunday. And then Monday, Out of Pocket's back, and we just start a new week, my friend.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Another week, another day, another dollar, another content creation machine from all of us. Brandon, the guys, so thank you for letting us be on the show. Thank you for engaging in the comments. This is always fun, my Italian stallion. Brandon, just for you. Just for you.
Mike, you have to get that hat, man. The Staten Island.
I need to get the gabagools. I had it bookmarked. I had it literally in my browser, and I totally forgot about it. And then I closed everything out one day, and then you're gonna have to send it to me again. Or I'm gonna have to just do a little GTS, a little Google that shit. Derek said another great show as always. Glad to be back to see the show. Derek, you have no idea how great it is to see your name pop up in these comments. I know you've been dealing with a lot with that hurricane, that nasty Hurricane Helene. Hugh said, great show, fellas. Much love to all of you guys. I'll be back. Usually Friday, I say Salavi till Monday, but I will be back tomorrow for the Nightcap after Bad Blood. So make sure you see there's blood on the bed, ladies and gentlemen. So it's going to be bloody. It's going to be a bloody mess tomorrow. I'm expecting to see a lot of bodily fluid secreted at this pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Mike Davis. of Boom Broadcasting. He's the president. That is Rick 8-Bit of Rick 8-Bit and Booking Like a Mark. I am mouthing off with Mike. This has been the Nightcap. I'll see you guys here tomorrow after Bad Blood. See you guys. Thanks for watching the Nightcap. Sweet dreams.